Alright, boys. Today's topic is gonna be about how consistency compounds. So, what is consistency? Consistency is doing something often for a long period of time. So, a lot of people talk about discipline, motivation, but the important thing is consistency. Discipline is just an act of being consistent because if you're consistent with anything you do, it compounds. People don't think they're consistent, but everyone is consistent. If you have a job and you've been having it for over like 6 months, you're literally consistent. You go there every single day. That is consistency. What you lack is when you go out of work, you're not consistent with your side hustle. Thus, your side hustle never becomes your main hustle because you're not consistent with it. You need to be doing it every day, even a little bit. That's the main thing when I was doing personal training was I'd always tell my clients, it doesn't matter how long you're in the gym. What matters is that you just get in the gym. It's just the habit of being in the gym that's important. It's not spending time in the gym and hitting like 200 weights in 4 hours. What's important is showing up every single day. So even if you go 5 minutes and just walk on the treadmill and leave, it's about building those habits up and that consistency. And that consistency compounds over time. You might be asking now, how does consistency compound? Consistency compounds in many ways. The main way it compounds is because every day you do something, you get a little bit better of it out of it. It's kind of like training your muscle, like working out. If I'm hitting chest all the time, my chest is gonna get bigger. I'm gonna get more muscular, and with that comes visual improvements. But with money, health, wealth, relationships, that type of stuff, consistency doesn't show visually as much as it does in the gym. Gym is so visual because you work out. You don't see results for 1, 2, 3, maybe in 4. Some people don't even see results for 6 months. But eventually, if you stay consistent, the gains compound and then you finally start seeing results and other people start seeing results. The second someone else says, oh, wow, you look so good, they didn't see the last 3 months, last 6 months you've been going to the gym 5 times a week to make that progress. And that's why consistency compounds a lot. And that's why I love using the gym as an analogy for everything because the gym is so visual because you work out, you get big, people see the change in your muscles. But with like business, for example, it's mostly like financial because you see the gains in your bank account, but those can also be very misleading. I was always inconsistent with everything I did when I first started. I tried doing Minecraft videos when I was young, like 10 years ago, and I stopped. The Wi-Fi was really bad. It would upload like 1 megabyte per second. But that was an excuse. Even though I would stay up all night uploading the videos, I should have continued. I was doing it for around probably like 2, 3 months, and just in that time span I literally reached 100 subscribers and made like 10 cents off of it, which is not a lot, but 10 cents is better than none because it was my first money I ever made online. The next time I tried being consistent was with soccer. I would play soccer and I wasn't trying the hardest I ever could try. I would always just like go to practice and be consistent with like that. But every time I would train outside of practice and do the extra, I would see my instant improvement on the field. I would instantly be better. But the thing about me is I was always overtraining. When I was wanting to be consistent in my training off the court, I would literally train 2 hours a day every day, and then I would always get injured and end up at square one. And then the process was repeat, which would end up me never reaching the pinnacle I wanted to reach in sports. Now we move on to other things like Wi-Fi bread. I've tried a lot of things online. I've tried drop shipping. I've tried making my own NFT project, flipping NFTs, crypto, stocks, anything you think of, I've pretty much done it. But I've never ever seen success with any of them except my agency. Mainly because the other ones I would do for like 6 months and then stop and then go out and do this and like do a bunch of other different things and always get distracted. But with my agency in particular, I would do it every single day for the last 7 months. And this is why I've gotten clients and I've made a full-time income just off my short form content agency, which mainly focuses on podcasts, but I'm starting to branch out to influencers as well because I've noticed that podcasters are not the only ones who need help with short form content, and influencers can also have help with short form content, and they can also start their own podcast, which everyone should have their own podcast. Talking about that, I will be making my own podcast very soon about short form content. You guys should definitely check it out. I will not be dropping too much information on that yet, but there is a lot to come. It's very exciting, all right? So my actionable step for you guys today is to get consistent. But you might be asking me, how do you get consistent? Literally just pick one thing that's most important for you. The three most important things in your life are always your health, your wealth, your relationships. So pick one of those three. Which one is most important at your current moment? Because everyone has different priorities in different stages of their lives. And then we need to be consistent at least one time a day, every single day, regardless of how you feel. You need to cut your emotions and just be like, I'm gonna do this every single day. If you're thinking about like health, for example, it's I'm gonna go to the gym every single day for maybe even like 5-10 minutes. Even on your rest days, you go to the gym and just hit the treadmill. It's super important to start to build those habits, because if you don't build those habits, you'll never end up being consistent. If it's wealth, you do the hardest thing first thing in the morning. So you work on your business. The thing I've been struggling with is doing outreach. I hate doing outreach. You gotta do research on the person, you gotta find them, and you gotta send them a message, and most of the time they don't even want you to message them. So that's what I've been doing every morning for the past month, is just sending outreaches for an hour every morning, regardless of how I feel first thing in the morning. So I cut the emotions out. It's been getting results. I've gotten the most clients I've had in the history of my agency. I'm doing the best I've ever done, mainly because I'm just being consistent with myself and my goals. And if you want relationships, it's simply like texting your loved ones good morning every single day, tell them how much you appreciate them every single day. Another thing that could improve your relationships, talk to one new person every single day. If that's the issue you're having, is making new friends. If you don't have any friends, it's because you simply just don't talk to enough people. Build your muscle of just talking to one person, even one single word. It doesn't matter the outcome. You need to start setting not goal-oriented goals. You need to start setting step-oriented goals. So for example, for a while I was doing, I want to send 100 DMs a day, but I would never reach that 100 DMs. I would always get like to 10, maybe like 5, and I would get discouraged, and the next day I wouldn't even do it because I was like, I failed. How can I come back and be proud of myself? I would let myself down. Making your goals step-oriented and not goal-oriented, you're always compounding positivity. So instead of saying, I'm gonna do 100 DM outreaches a day, you say, I'm gonna spend an hour every morning sending direct messages on Instagram. So then you never fail your goal, because consistency compounds. So over time, I'll get better and better and better and send more DMs and making the process more efficient, just because we're naturally lazy creatures, humans. So we're always gonna try to find the short way out of it. And every day I'm gonna get more and more and more direct messages, more cold outreach, and then more people noticing my business and more people wanting to work with me. So that's your actionable step of the day. Make yourself one commitment that you will do every single day, regardless of the outcome. And you need to be consistent. If you fail one single day, it's gonna impact everything. So you have to make it achievable as well. You can't make it, I'm gonna work out in the gym 5 hours a day when you've never worked out in the gym ever. Make it, I'm just gonna show up to the gym every single day. That's it. And then show up every single day. And if you miss a day, don't worry. Tomorrow, you go again. It's not the end of the world if you miss a single day, but it isn't the end of the world if you get out of your routine. Because if you stop being consistent, the consistency will uncompound. It's kind of like stocks as well. Like if you start investing when you're 20 years old on a compounding stock, it will compound to literally like millions when you retire. But if you take out money every single day and you're always not putting new money in, then you're not gonna end up with $2 billion, $3 million when you retire. You're gonna end up with pitch nut. You're gonna have 100K. I was gonna make this video about testosterone, but I realized that consistency is the key to everything. And even if I make a video about testosterone for you guys are not even gonna be able to apply it because you're not consistent with what you're gonna be applying. I will be doing a video a week, and that is my dedication for you guys, is I will be doing one video every single week, being consistent with me, and from there, everything else will go up. Thank you. Subscribe, bitches.